Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. In this video, guys, we're gonna talk about Young Thug calling out the police department for the death and cover-up of Young Scooter. Let's talk about it, because this case has been pulling my attention. Now, there's this rapper by the name of Young Scooter. Young Scooter was included in the YSL trial. He has recently passed away, and the police department is saying that Young Scooter jumped a fence, damaged an artery that led to his death. Now, Young Thug is saying the police department, they're lying. They shot his friend, and they're covering up all of that. No, this young man was lied on by a reality TV star that goes by the name of Demi Blanco. She's a reality star contestant on Zia's network. That is, this woman phone call as her story, about her phone call has changed quite a few times. She basically said that she saw young Scooter beating up this woman, and he's a consistent abuser. He consistently attacks this woman. So he called the police department, called 911 with a story that is later discovered to not be true. Young Scooter ran, and the police said he jumped a wooden fence, and he broke his leg, damaged an artery, and that's how he died. Young Thug is tagging one of the DAs and says, "This woman cannot be trusted. She's a liar. My friend was literally taken out by the police department." No, what Young Thug is saying, it's not far-fetched, because it definitely happens, and it happens more than we know, because even most recently, there was sometime last year, a woman was killed here in Jamaica by her husband. He fired several shots, killing her. Then he called some medical expert, concealed the bullet wounds, removed the bullet wounds, and then the police declared her death as natural cause. However, her family was determined, because they suspected that something was not right, and they got an independent autopsy, which was revealed that she was shot several times. The bullet was removed, the bullet fragments were removed, but as you know, our bodies are like walking evidence. Whether you're dead or alive, our bodies never tell lies to the evidence that it holds, even for years. So as such, the independent autopsy report had revealed that she was murdered, and her death was concealed by a medical expert, because the independent examiner said that the person who concealed those bullet wounds and sealed them had to be someone with years of experience. So far, no doctor has been held accountable for that woman's death. They have her husband on trial, and that's it. So I know that for a fact these things do in fact happen more often than we can ever imagine. Now, let's get into this report so as to give you guys some more information on the backstory about Young Scooter's death and autopsy result. Now, they're saying Atlanta police and the Fulton County medical examiner just released Young Scooter's autopsy result, listing his death as an accident, putting to bed the narrative Young Thug pushed that his friend was shot. They say, accuracy alert, Fulton County medical examiner issues press report on the death of Kenneth Bailey. So that's his government name. So they're saying, per Fulton County medical examiner, Mr. Bailey sustained a penetrating injury of his right thigh that created marked blood loss. This injury was not a gunshot wound. And you can see the link to the report from the police department. And they have the date that it was updated. Now they're saying, per the medical examiner, Scooter suffered an injury to his right thigh from the wooden fence he jumped during the chase. The woman who made the 911 call that led to the police altercation that eventually ended rapper youngscooter's life is stepping forward with her side of the story, and it's a completely different one than the one she told Atlanta Emergency Services. Demi Blanco, a reality star contestant on the ZS Network series Betty, went live on Instagram Tuesday and claimed she was being treated unfairly by social media users angry over Scooter's death because they didn't know the whole side of the story. Demi claims she called 911 to protect herself, a total contradiction of the call she made on March 28 when she urged cops to come stop a naked woman from being beaten outside an Atlanta home. She goes on to clarify that she's a woman and claims she was abused multiple times. You can hear the difference in Demi's testimony from the other day for yourself. She also stumbled on giving 911 dispatch a clear description of the man she claims was doing the abuse in front of her face.
There was literally a shooting. The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house. And
What's your name?
I'm sorry. What is my name?
Okay. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch. And basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They hold the guns in the air, and then it's like I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over, if they was fighting over drugs. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Knott Drive?
Yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like they brought her. The guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out, and he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house. There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
Okay, you said the female is naked?
Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head.
Okay. Can you give me a description of the male?
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low haircut.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives.
What color shirt and pants do he have on?
Blue, regular blue jeans and like a regular T-shirt.
Well, before I get into that, is this a business house or an apartment?
This is a house, and I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. There is like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Ma'am, we already have help organized for her. What's the phone number you're calling from? Exactly what happened?
there's a situation going on in this house. There's 7 guys that live here, and they're basically, I'm not sure if they're running some type of sex traffic. This individual, she's a 5'2", light-skinned female, black hair. She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house, and they're holding her hostage, and then there was a baby involved. So this situation is really serious, and he's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
Action. There's a reaction for every action. This is part A. You guys didn't have part A. You guys only had part B. And the narrative, it looks like I was trying to set this man up because you guys don't have part B. I'm giving you part B. I'm giving you what led up to the call. I was physically abused, so I called to protect myself. That's the issue. That's part A. I never had any intentions to get anybody hurt. I was the one that was getting hurt. And I came here to say my truth. That's it. That's all. I don't want no clout. I don't want anything. All these troll pages, y'all don't know me. None of y'all know me at all. At the end of the day, I'm a woman. And I was physically abused multiple times.
Atlanta PD didn't find any evidence to match Demi's description, but they encountered Scooter and another man just before the late rapper made a run for it and ripped an artery by hopping a fence. The police are adamant they didn't fire any shots at Scooter.
We're here to discuss 2 events this evening. The first being from the 200 block of William Nye Drive in Zone 3. Officers responded to a dispute with a weapon. It was advised in the call remarks that shots were fired and a female was dragged back into the location. Once officers arrived, they knocked on the door. A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, 2 males fled out of the rear of the house. 1 male returned back into the house. The other male jumped 2 fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid, and he was transported to Grady Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
But Young Thug is currently calling them a liar in the wake of Demi's latest testimony. Thug is blaming Atlanta Police Department gang investigator Marissa Verito for allegedly covering up the details of Scooter's death. And he posted a photo of her and he tagged it biggest liar in the DA office. Now, they're saying it's unclear if Burrito is part of the current investigation, but she did testify in Thug's YSL case where Scooter also sat in the courtroom for support. So he has a bone to pick regardless. Georgia Bureau of Investigation has been looking to speak with Demi, and now that they have a name and face, it should only be a matter of time. Now guys, this is very interesting, and it shows you how just one mischievous, miserable woman can end up causing the life of someone. And then you have to wonder, I definitely understand with black people, we're not lucky with the police, and as such, his first instincts, first thing he's gonna think of is to run, because if he doesn't, they might have shot him then and there. But still, at the same time, you have to wonder, like, why didn't he surrender, you know? Because it is so sad that he lost his life over one mischievous individual. But guys, I'm gonna follow up on this case for you and keep you updated if anything changes. So, that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Leave a comment below. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and we're gonna talk some more in the comment section. Peace.